What's up, everybody? I'm Max Ralph,
I'm Seth Engle.
here with the Daily Collegian Penn State football quick picks for the season opener against Wisconsin this Saturday. Seth, I mean, this is probably the game in my memory, one of the biggest openers that I can remember for Penn State football. It's a huge game, opening back up with fans. It should be exciting. But what are some of the key matchups? How do you see this one playing out?
I mean, when it comes down to it, these are two teams who, it could go either way. But both of these teams have accomplished a lot in their histories as college football programs. Coming into the season, they're both ranked in the top 20. So that's something that stands out, shows that they're both accomplished, shows that they're both projected to do things. And in week one, arguably the most important week in all of college football, saw that in 2020, where Penn State lost to Indiana, and the rest is history. But I think going into this matchup, it's really going to come down to the defenses. Wisconsin has a great secondary, great linebackers. It's really going to be a question of their defensive line to get past Penn State's experienced O-line and then get to Sean Clifford. And then on the other side, I think Penn State, it's also a game of the secondary. The secondary is as strong as ever. Great safeties, great corners. For them, it's also going to come down to their defensive line, but more so in terms of pass rushing.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think Penn State is the key is all on the defensive line. I mean, really, it's a stacked lineup throughout. A lot of experience, a lot of talent, but the defensive line is the one spot that kind of has a lot of question marks. And Wisconsin's brand of football is big O linemen run the ball a lot. So I think the spot that I'm looking for most is Wisconsin's offensive line versus Penn State's defensive line this Saturday. I really think whoever wins that battle could probably come out on top in this one, because I think this is one of the truest coin flip games we've had in a while. But speaking of coin flip, what's your prediction?
Yeah, I think you made some good points there. And, when it comes down to it, I think Penn State's defensive line is still a work in progress. And I'll tell you why. You have Jesse Luketa now, who came down from linebacker to defensive end after Adiza Isaac's injury. It just, to me, it seems like a defensive line that just isn't ready yet. Maybe they'll surprise the world in week one, but we just haven't seen them in game yet. Guys like Nick Tarburton, coaches seem to be excited about, but, we really haven't seen much of him. Bunch of transfers coming in on the interior D-line. Wisconsin's O-line is, as accomplished as any in the country. And they show that every single season. That's the one deciding factor. So for me, I'm going Wisconsin 24, Penn State 21.
Yeah, I think people are going to be surprised by the way this one plays out. People are down on Penn State, of course, after last year, but they're in the top 20 for a reason. Last four matchups, though, have gone Penn State's way against Wisconsin, and three of them one-score games. This might be a situation where Penn State's offense kind of comes out slowly. And with the question marks on defense, I think you might see Wisconsin take a little bit of momentum with Penn State's offense kind of going through a transition with a new offensive coordinator. Sometimes it's just not ready by week one. And I don't think if Penn State loses this game, it puts them on a crash course for failure this season. I don't want people to overreact based off of it, but it's going to be a good one. And I think Penn State will really kind of hit their stride in the second half. But I actually have Wisconsin putting up quite a few points on this Penn State defense. Their run game's strong. I take Wisconsin, home field advantage in the first game back with fans. Penn State will keep it close, come back in the second half, but we might have a bit of a barn burner. 35-27 for me.
All right. It's high scoring.
Thanks for checking us out. Penn State Football Quick Picks. Make sure to follow along on Twitter at PSU Footblog for all the coverage you need.